Alright, welcome everyone, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
The Legend of Vox Machina, Season 1, Episode 3. Boy!
This is our first
Briarwoods are here!
Yeah, it's our first batch of episodes that they dropped. The Briarwoods are here. We're headed into the next arc. It's really exciting. This is what we were all really waiting for, the Kickstarter. Just getting really excited for having the Briarwood arc. And if those of you are here like, oh, the Briarwoods, okay, cool, they were just introduced. Like, they're a big deal for us.
Get ready for a good time.
It's gonna be a really good time. Ready for a lot of chaos, a lot of ridiculousness, a lot of terror, a lot of unnerving, just horror, and also just the story getting dark.
Right.
Like,
our heroes defeated a Durgan. So they're riding pretty high right now.
They've got to be feeling pretty good. They're champions of Amon. They're honorary members of the Tal'Dorei Council.
Who knows? Maybe they even spend some time going back through that portal to the place to dig up some of the treasure. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
But you're not ready for what's coming.
You're not ready. No. So, yeah. How'd you like to do this?
Ooh.
Oh, the Dorolos?
Oh, yeah, we're getting backstory.
It is. Holy shit. God.
Yeah, okay.
Nice. There it is. Okay. If you know, you know.
Uh-huh.
Is there any other kind?
That's such a Percy line.
Yeah, it really is.
7 to 2. They never agreed to this stupid game.
Hello? Vox Machina. Are you here? Stop. Fucking door.
Always doors.
Alas, I'm only here to remind you that Sovereign Uriel expects you at his dinner.
Oh shit, that's tonight?
Finally, a proper evening of protocol and civilized conversation. Good one. 7 to 5.
5? He was just at 2.
Oh yeah, that was a 3-pointer. You see, the rules of ball tag are as complex as they are.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes.
Practiced. Be reserved. Be charming. Protocol.
They're amazing.
This is wonderful.
Let's stick together. Follow my lead for formal greetings
And no, they're all splitting up.
You know, do whatever.
Splitting the party always goes so well.
You want to get freaky with me, sir? I don't even know you. You are a libertine and a cad. And I like it.
Reginald, what in the world?
I just asked where the preview was. Fordaxio, Kenmore, Westron, even
Whitestone, Lord Silas and Lady Delilah Briarwood.
Yes, the anime shot. The madness shot. Yep. The heartbeat in the background.
Yeah.
Percy, what's wrong?
It's Whitestone was my home. Until those fiends took everything from me.
Why don't I make myself scarce and slip into their chambers? See if I can figure out what they're up to. Sounds like a plan. But in case of trouble, we should have a safe word.
Shenga.
Okay.
Chenga.
My safe word's mommy.
Wait, what? No! Oh my god, they're directly across from them. Shit.
This won't be awkward at all.
Grog's eyes.
Shit's about to get real. Thank you, everyone, for making the journey in. Please, allow me to introduce our dining party. We have Arbiter Dualajun, Master of Law. I say you just walk over to the Briarwoods, say hello to break the ice, then punch him in the face. See what happens.
Shit.
I don't hate Grog's idea.
We have to wait.
This is the metagaming pigeon talk that no one else can hear.
Yep, exactly. Oh. Yep, matching pace. Yep, do the Aang thing. Yep, yep. So good. He's
Love
so good. Oh my god. Yeah, you're gonna have to make a distraction here. Yep, yep. Nice.
What the bloody hell?
God,
Doesn't even need to
doesn't
look.
need to look or feel it out.
They say no one travels in or out of your lands.
Lies spread by drunks and knaves. If no one left Whitestone, would we be sitting before you, Sovereign?
You are right. There's no need.
In fact, Whitestone needs to be protected.
Just like that.
Right in front of
Everybody.
everybody.
Ooh, nice catch.
Have we met before?
Oh, here we go.
My husband, Silas.
Charmed.
Those are beautiful beads. I have a set just like it, you know.
So good. So good. Oh, just some implements, you know?
Yeah.
Tell me, have you heard how we became caretakers of Whitestone? The official story is that the city was administered by the Derolo family. The sad reality is that the Derolos abdicated. They grew bored of ruling, and after their children raided the treasury, they abandoned their people to rot.
Thank you, Sovereign Uriel, but I think we will retire for the night.
It was a lovely dinner. We especially enjoyed the company.
Percival, darling, what did we say about emotions?
You don't understand.
Then help us understand.
They murdered my entire family.
Alright, Max! Max! Stop!
Whispered one.
Boy was unexpected.
Go up the chimney, maybe? Oh, hell yeah.
Be right back. Ladies and lords, allow Scanlan Shorthalt to delight you with an after-dinner song I like to call Pull My Beads of Love.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well. Yep. 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 Pretty much. Mm-hmm. Oh, you thought you were getting away. Yeah. Yeah.
There's no way out tonight, my friend.
Okay.
It's the pup who survived. All grown up.
Step off, bitch.
Yeah.
I think not.
What? Yeah, yeah. Oh! 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 There it is!
Yeah.
There it is! Yeah, he's too slow. Yeah, there it is. It's a bit craven, if you will. Oh my god!
Wow.
Hold on, Grog!
Yeah, not healing now. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh. Oh shit. No, no, no. Oh. All right. All right.
I did as you ordered. Your belongings are here.
I'll drive, thank you.
Yeah.
Stop them!
Come visit us sometime, Percival.
You let them slip away.
I didn't.
Everlight. No. No, please.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Answer me. Now.
Oh, the change in his voice.
Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me.
Percy, stop!
No mercy, Percy.
What is the meaning of this? Guards, arrest Vox Machina.
Yep.
All right.
Nice. That was a great episode.
Oh, yes. This is the easy.
All
Oh
right,
my
y'all.
God.
We got the Briarwoods arc, and it has started.
Uh-huh.
And
Damn,
we
good.
got through some good stuff here rather quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really impressed with how they decided to adapt this. Basically,
Yep.
we got the actual feast basically condensed. Like we just got it very simplified, and it was focused on the party splitting up basically.
Yep.
Vax going off and doing his rogue stuff. Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
Yep.
I loved the way in which he just deftly maneuvered around him. They're very much going for we show everyone's specific style of rule of cool, but every character in the Vox Machina party has an element where they lack confidence in something.
Sure.
And this was a very cool way to show Vax in his confident element transition abruptly into his, you're all rather attractive. Yes.
That's why I'm flustered and
Jenga!
shocked right now. Yeah.
Also, I loved that they changed it from Jenga to Chenga, because that was a very obvious, we can't say Jenga, obviously. Like,
Exactly.
That was really cool.
And sort of the potential canonic reason of Grog might have even been trying to say Jenga, but he, bidet,
Bidet, yes.
it's Chenga. Yeah.
Jenga, right.
Yep.
Exactly.
But I gotta say, one of the things that I really loved about the formatting of this episode is that because we're out of the introduction, the two-parter,
Yes.
right, from before,
Yep.
we don't have to focus on all of the characters each episode.
Right. Yep.
So this episode, it was like a Scanlan, Percy, Vax episode in my mind, right? You know, those were the three kind of big players in the party, right? They were the ones who ended up being able to do the most in just the plot, right? So naturally they get the most screen time, right? And that way we can kind of we can go deep on characters one by one, right?
Yeah, that was the thing that I thought was maybe missing from the first two episodes, was that they were trying to make sure everyone had a moment, thus it felt a little bit clunky.
Gotcha.
Is that it's more effective if they do what they're doing right here, focus on a select few characters, give them that ample moment to have their thing here. Scanlan with the full-on freaking original song.
That was so good.
Beads of Love or what have you. That was so funny.
And the hard cut to that with him with the pies smeared all over his body and everything.
And then flicking it off with pelvic thrusts onto the guy that he made the little privy exchange with, and the guy's like,
right. And then also just the fact that yes, that ridiculous cod piece that he has.
Yes.
There was a purpose to that.
There is indeed, yes.
We'll
see that purpose in the more dramatic sense also later.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's right. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point, that will happen.
It will happen.
And it will be glorious.
It will be wonderful. Okay, so Briarwoods have been introduced. There was some biting that took place.
Indeed, and some licking.
And there was some secret, dark, ritualistic implements in their little chest there, which is something they must bring everywhere. Which for those of you that are D&D
probably pretty important,
folks, even if you haven't watched Critical Role, some of that stuff looked like what you'd need for a caster to do some more advanced stuff. Right?
Exactly. I gotta say, I loved the way that Delilah was just sort of using spells here. with it, but it like really feeling super casual. If anything, I would have loved to see like more impact from the spells, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's probably one of the areas where like it's hard to translate the
hit points
to visual thing.
Yep.
Right? You know, it's like it's that's a bit rough.
Sometimes it's easy when you're Vax and you're just getting annihilated by a really strong vampire, and he's just tearing your chest open.
Yep.
Yeah, that was really cool to see Vax, who's also been kind of the suave,
like
smooth criminal,
like
basically.
super cool one.
Yeah, get absolutely handled by Silas.
Yep.
And Matt, you're killing it with the voice acting.
yeah.
That was a really terrifying set of moments there, and then the music really aided those moments as well. So Titmouse as well. This was
Yes.
really well done. This is what I was most excited for to kick off the Briarwood arc. Is that scene in the bedroom?
Oh yeah, because it's
where
fantastic.
it's just like, you know, we have our icon Vax with the bi panic, you know, just being like, wow, you're both very attractive, but I am.
But that's not why I'm
That's not why I'm
right
here.
now.
I also loved the fact that, Delilah just casually just kind of goes onto the bed and is just like, I'll let you handle this, darling. Like,
Right.
obviously, I don't need to do anything.
The combination, like, okay, so Grey Delisle as Delilah.
Yes.
Right, and then Matt Mercer as Silas, both of those individually as castings. I'm like,
Yes.
oh my god, that's perfect and
Right.
wonderful and, you know, all that. The two of them together, though, I gotta say, it's like the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and the parts are pretty freaking awesome.
They're pretty good,
So, like, just seeing them on screen and then hearing their voices as they just sort of, you know, just do their thing.
I also love it because for people that, you know, obviously this is their first time and stuff like that, you're seeing antagonists that are a couple.
Right.
And they both act and fight very differently. Like, she's magic. She's got some dark shit she's doing right there.
He's a beast.
He's a
vampire.
beast vampire.
Chungus, you know, yeah.
What is their story, right? Well, you're gonna find out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And there's this whole, you know, simple like revenge tale going on. We had a family that was slaughtered in the first, you know, few minutes, and
that was a great way to handle the backstory, also, because like, you know, in a show. Since it's shrunk down from 500 hours of, you know, D&D streaming, right?
Yeah, and even just this arc shrunk down from like 20 episodes.
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
It's like
right.
80 hours of content.
Yep,
Yeah.
like you can't have everything go into full
Correct.
detail. So
Yeah.
with like the backstory, having it just be the flashes of what Percy is constantly being haunted by, right? And then just him summing things up for the party, that's a great way to communicate it in a short amount of time while still keeping the emotional beats of it really high.
Right.
Loved it.
Because, you know, we, as audience members that might not have watched Critical Role, we don't necessarily care too much about these characters yet. So we need to see them struggle. We need to see them go through these things and, yes, display that emotion. So Percy gets to just show his range this episode. And holy shit, the moment he put on the mask and you realize, whoa, wait a minute. There's something magical going on here.
What's the black shadowed smoke stuff that
very much had like a form to it. And I'm really excited for this because this was a thing throughout the episode. There were multiple like little magic items that were drawn attention to. We had Vax's little snake belt, which is just a lovely thing to be like, yes, this is a thing. There's going to be wacky magic items, and it's like, oh, just remember for continuity purposes that these things exist in the story, and this
is a crazy world and everything.
Yeah.
And,
We've got Percy's guns in general, which are already like a wait, wow, how, what?
Yeah.
The way he like pulled the next like piece into it and like loaded it was so cool. The mask potentially having some kind of like, you know,
is it just a mask or is it something?
Is it
more?
something more? Right, we don't know. Silas's sword, which was sucking up blood and growing. Which I mean, I'm trying to hold back spoilers in general, but
we know what it is, and we are super excited for it. But like the way that it's introduced, where you don't need to have all of that,
no, you
right?
don't.
Like
it said, this is why the animation medium is wonderful.
Yep, the animation medium is wonderful, and specifically, I love how probably one of my favorite things about this show that I didn't expect, like to be super awesome.
Right.
Like not like I expected it to be bad, but it's just like, oh, fun surprise.
Yeah.
Is how good the foreshadowing is, right? Because if you think about it, like the 500-hour campaign, right?
Yeah, we don't have that much time
short series,
to do
right?
everything,
Yeah, and so there was this kind of just understanding that I had, I guess, going into this show of like, we're not necessarily going to be able to see everything. And then what we do get to see will be great. But the fact that they have all of these foreshadowing bits to future elements, it's making me think, wait, hold on. How far is this show going to go? You know, because like,
So we'll get into that discussion in a little bit here, but then we also had Pike's little emblem of the Everlight got damaged there.
Right.
What does that mean? What is that? What does that mean for her? We have this constant like tug on Pike's aspects of magic that sometimes flee away from her.
Right.
Will they get into some of the aspects of D&D mechanics through a unique aspect of Pike's story that
Sure.
So there, we'll see. We'll see.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But Percy and Scanlan in particular just stole this episode.
Yeah, they did.
Like
they did.
having that level of comedy alongside, from what Scanlan was doing, alongside the crazy action of Vampire and Crazy Caster and all of that stuff. That's like peak D&D to me.
Oh, that's
and
peak D&D.
I love that was able to be captured so well in this episode.
The panic of oh shit. The people around the table are like, Vax, no, I hope you get out of this. And he jumps out the window and you're thinking, oh, phew. Silas just jumps out the window as well. And he's like, what? You thought we were done here?
Right.
And it's just like, oh shit, running away is not an option right now. And the only reason why the Briarwoods didn't just kill them is because they had, the guards in Uriel that were going to be on their way soon.
Right, exactly.
And
they don't want questions.
And while Silas did something to Uriel, we're not sure necessarily what the long-reaching implications of that are.
Well, and if it ever gets, if a light gets shown on it, then people could realize that happened, and then that's a whole other problem, right? Whereas if they disappear here, then it's like, okay, Vox Machina, these people that are being arrested because of all the crazy shit they just pulled.
Well, yeah,
if they say, oh, one of them was a vampire, they might be like, really? Of course we shouldn't have trusted you just because you were able to save us from that dragon or whatever, Right. But if it's like, oh no, they actually see that this dude's a vampire and he was like sitting next to the Sovereign and everything, they might be like, this could potentially be a problem.
Yep.
But,
so I'm so excited for Vox Machina in a prison cell, getting their little interactions together. Then what comes after that, and I'm all for this. I'm all for this with the pacing at which they're adapting things. The also attention to those little bits of detail, like having Vax's snake belt actually be utilized there, and then also just the way the fight went down feels almost beat for beat how it happened in the actual the actual stream.
It really does. Yeah. But okay, at this point, should we go into
spoiler time? So if you are not a critter that is
get out of here,
at least the Briarwood arc, get the fuck out of here, because we're gonna talk big spoilers.
So,
all right,
how do we want to do this?
Well, Silas and Delilah. We have already had our first hintings.
That's Vecna.
Which is cool, because if you're going to have these characters be brought in, immediately having that slight little hint about the necropolis and all that, and what's ultimately going on at Whitestone with the undead, and having those minor bits of visual foreshadowing there, that's really important to set the tone for what the eventual look for Whitestone is, because I don't remember actually if they directly hinted at Vecna when Vax was looking through their stuff. I remember he did
get the whispered one bit.
He did get the whispered one bit, but I don't remember how much was actually I think visually described there.
Yeah, I don't know about visually described, but I do think I remember that Vax did indeed try and speed read through the book.
Yes.
Because he didn't want to take it because he didn't want them to know that he had been there. Right? Because he was thinking he could make the stealthy exit.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a fun visual description of a very tense bit of back and forth between Matt and Liam of this scene happening, and everyone's like, our rogue, our dashing, lovable rogue, we need to get him out, and they can't metagame, so they have to just wait until his scene is completed. Right, exactly.
Yep, exactly. And I actually want to go back and watch that scene again, because I wonder if Matt did certain things to kind of like counteract the potential like any metagaming of like, okay, you're doing this, you're speed reading through the book, okay, this stuff's happening, and then like telling them that like, oh yeah, they get up and start to leave, but then like, okay, Vax, so you were reading, and then they show up, right? Or something like that.
The thing that I'm pretty sure was one of the cooler details was they're suddenly in the room.
Oh,
The way in which he kind of almost blinked.
Right.
With the flash of the fire
that
and
was
stuff,
probably
and they're in the room. That
was my favorite example of the magic, actually, from this episode, because it's like teleporting and like, blasts of, screamy, scary, spooky stuff. Right. Okay, cool, right? Yeah. But the unsettling just sort of, nope.
They're here. They're here. Confident. Right. They don't look at all afraid of you. They are not fooled for a second by your bullshit.
Right.
Now, what I particularly like about this is that we never showed the book getting removed from Vax's person.
Exactly. He tucked that away.
He did succeed in stealing that. And that's going to be important later.
And if anything, that might be how they get out of this situation with Uriel, because I can't remember how they ended up.
I do actually believe that is how they get out
of it. Here's the evidence, right? Whispered one, etc. And then they're like, oh shit,
Yeah, there's some necromantic stuff going on here.
In addition to, hey, I've got a vampire bite,
Right. Yeah, that's the other thing. Vax is bitten by a vampire. He's going to need to get that looked at.
Probably.
Very soon. I also just really love, in general, the fact that you think about this campaign in context. There's a lot of moments where Vax should have died.
Yes.
And that is a running theme throughout Campaign 1. Vax should have died there. Vax did everything he could.
Right.
But somehow he just lucked out of it. Pun intended. So there's almost this really cool aspect. Even they showed it in episode 1 of like the whole thing of where we're gonna die with glory. Like we're gonna have that.
Exactly.
And it's like they're setting up for it. If they can get all of Campaign 1 animated and adapted, it's just these moments right here where you're like, eventually our lovable rogue won't be able to dodge.
His luck will run out.
His luck will run out eventually.
Yeah. I also got to say, Craven Edge.
Craven Edge.
Craven Edge. The way I got into Critical Role was actually through like clips and stuff.
Clips with Craven Edge and Grog.
Well, but yeah, the first video that I watched that was like an actual like long video was the Craven Edge compilation, right? The Craven Edge and Grog, the odd couple or whatever, right?
Yes.
And I loved it, right? So Craven Edge has this weird space in my mind where I kind of like hold Craven Edge as a separate thing from Campaign 1 because it's like I had already seen the Craven Edge stuff by the time I went back and watched Campaign 1, right? So I totally forgot that we were going to get Craven Edge in this, right? Because Briarwood arc, right? Silas has Craven Edge, and that's totally fitting. The vampire has the blood-sucking sword and everything, but like I am so looking forward to all the crazy shenanigans with Grog when he finally gets this sword. Like, it's
also
gonna be
the idea
so wonderful.
that it'll eventually be a sword worthy of his size as it grows.
Yep.
Which is a cool visual, just like description of things there. But I also love that somehow we were able to have a moment for Delilah to chew the scenery.
Yes.
Because
at the dinner,
this is one of the awkward things about having everything adapted into a 25 minute animated episode, is that you can't necessarily spend too much time on just talking at a table where characters are monologuing.
Right, so you have to be concise and punchy.
You have to be very concise and punchy, and the voice acting and the way in which she kind of used the glass to look through it as if it was blood.
But and also balancing it so it's almost just pouring out because she's comfortable spilling blood. Maybe.
Oh yeah. But also she's probably the way more dangerous one of the couple.
Silas.
And Silas is the kind of the front, if you will.
Exactly.
Whereas she's like, no. We've got big things going on. And
I mean, she was the one who figured out how I'll make my husband a vampire, to make it so that he can survive.
Right. So I'm I'm really excited for her character to get introduced along with another
a certain doctor.
A very intelligent, very cunning woman.
Oh yeah, that is going to be fun.
That's one of my like favorite just minor antagonists. She's a major antagonist in some aspects, but minor in terms of the scope.
Yeah,
and what have you.
Right, because she's not a character that has like massive world ramifications, right? I mean, she does if you think about the whole gun, thing,
true,
right?
Yeah.
But as far as one of the most terrifying enemies that they had to fight, I feel like she goes up there with Raishan as far as just like, kicking and hitting a lot harder than her weight class.
Yeah, and that's the kind of the feeling that I feel like they were setting up here with Percy's mask and everything. It's a nice little lead through, if you will, to set up her character. Is Percy, in that moment, you realize why he doesn't fit as a member of the party, really. He has fine garb. He has weapons that should not exist in a universe like this. He willingly puts on this dark, visage and becomes almost something else. And I'm so in love with the Percy stuff for setting up this Briarwood.
Oh yeah, No-Mercy-Percy is going to be glorious. It already was glorious in this episode, and seeing
Your
more
life
of it.
is forfeit.
Right. Yeah.
Moving his way, making his way down through the whole
cleaning
sewers.
house.
Yep, cleaning house. Yeah. Oh man, I am particularly excited for a lot of things in the Briarwood arc. But now that we've gone through my favorite kind of scene in the earlier bits of this, I want the tree.
The tree is going to be brutal.
If this is how intense they can get things here for this bit, when things go dark, I want them to go really dark because so far the first episode set the tone for what they're willing to do here.
Yep.
But that scene is one of the most fucked up bits in all of campaign 1. It's one of the most like, oh, we're gonna kill them. We are going to kill them.
Yep.
And Percy shows us that he will not stop until he kills them.
But that's the moment where for the party it becomes a we will kill them, not just a Percy will kill them.
Right. If anything, they're a bit scared of Percy right now, and I like that they showed that of
makes
Percy,
sense.
What is going on? And Vex is like, when I said let out your emotions, I didn't mean like this. Like, this is not what I was meaning here.
I meant maybe I want to fuck you,
And I also really like that because Scanlan comes in after this is all over, he's not going to be aware of the visual what have you of what happened. So we can get some really cool interactions moving forward here.
But as far as the little things that were dropped throughout this episode, those were probably the things that were like the surprise hit that I absolutely adored. And there's too many of them to mention here. Like I almost want to go through just for curiosity's sake and make a list so that way it's like, okay, like count them up because there were a ton.
Yeah, they did the whole thing of having the background audio as Uriel was introducing the other members of the council and stuff.
Yeah. Seeker assume,
Well, yeah, that's the thing that's just casually there, and it's rather interesting that Vex doesn't sense at this point here.
Right. So that's something I'm curious how they'll explain, but who knows? Maybe that's just because Raishan is badass.
I mean, yeah, it's a kind of trickery that might be, handled there. But Seeker assume was clearly there. But yeah, I loved this is a classic scene visual in anime, is having the character to show madness. You basically start to show like a bit of a lens change where the face distorts and separates wider at the bridge of the nose, and the character's eyes even start to look in different directions as that panic, terror, madness settles in. And having that for a scene with Percy seeing the Briarwoods for the first time in years is a really, really cool just visual idea here. We're reinforcing even more that Pike and Grog are the drinkers of the party.
Pike and Grog are the drinkers.
We have another Matt
NPC, which I love is just a running gag of like, yes, why do a lot of these people look similar? Who knows?
We got to see them inside the keep having their food and stuff.
That's what it was. I forgot what it was. The fact that we see them in the keep, yes, I love that. The fact that we see them eating breakfast, great. But the fact that we saw a chicken leg, that just gave me so much joy, because that means we're going to see the chicken scene at some point. Once, Vex gets her broom or whatever, now, who knows, they might not, like, depending on how many things they can take over, we might not actually get that scene.
For sure.
But, the chicken running gag, the door running gag when Allura shows up, and it's like, oh, all of a sudden the hinges on the door are rusted, and they can't open it, even though it's not even locked. And then, of course, Craven Edge later.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, they jam pack a lot of little Easter eggs into this show so far, and yeah, that's episode 3. I mean, their outfits were wonderful. The cod piece on Scanlan was great. I love the look of the Briarwoods.
Oh yeah,
and we're going to be headed to Whitestone soon.
That's right, and we will be seeing Persalia, which I'm very much excited for.
Yes, we will. I mean, the relationships are, not the thing that makes me the most excited about Critical Role in general, but it is one of those things that was so comical, like, half the time.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially Persalia with
the answering the door, I thought they'd never leave,
Yeah. There's so many little scenes.
And because this is an adult show, they can actually
show that shit.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below. For our Patreon, you can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about animated shows and anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.